Hello class, this is Mr. Rogers here. I'm very excited to try this out with you. So I've been pondering and thinking what's the best way to try to teach you guys, even though I won't be here and Mr. McKinney will be taking over the class when it gets to May 9th. So it's coming up pretty fast. So within about a little over 2 weeks. So what I'm going to try to do this week and see how well it works, and it may be something we use in the future hopefully, is to record videos like this of where I'm going to do the exercise in the video and explain it to you while I'm going. So what you'll be able to do is I'll be able to give you the link like I just did in this other video I made a little bit ago, setting this up, and you're going to click on the link. You'll be able to watch the video, and what I would do is I'd snap it to one side of your screen and then put publisher on the other side, and you'll be able to watch it, pause it when you need to, and hopefully this will help you in understanding what you need to do without having to explain it either multiple times or even just this will help with reducing the amount of questions, hopefully make it clear for you because the book is difficult to follow at times. And then of course when Mr. McKinney comes, that way you still will for sure know what's going on. So we're starting with exercise number 9 in this video. It's on page 45. I'm going to be filming this on my normal personal laptop, so you'll notice the screen's probably a little bit smaller than how your display is set up. That's okay. I'll try to zoom in if it's, something that you need to see up close. So we're on page 45, and basically what you're doing is, if you've already read the application skills, you're making a flyer for a local charity that's looking for volunteers to provide foster homes for dogs and cats while they await permanent homes. So you'll read that text more as we type it in. So of course, first step is start publisher if necessary. Well, it's necessary, so go ahead and start it. So you can see I've already have it up. You should hopefully have it started up as well. And then begin a new quick publication. You know, quick publications are built in. So click on built-in, scroll down to quick publication. So you can see it right here, alphabetical order. Quick publications. And then it says here, begin a new quick publication based on the perforation design. So you can see my mouse is actually already over it. It's this one over here. It may be a little bit different on your computer, but perforation, you're going to click on that. And for the layout, of course, it says choose no picture. So layout, I'm going to scroll a little bit further down here, and I should see the option for no picture. So I'll click on that. You can see it changes it. You can choose which scheme you follow for the fonts if you want. It kind of leaves it up to you. It doesn't say anything for it. So I'm going to actually choose instead Verdana, or Aspect, which uses the Verdana font. So I'm clicking on Aspect. Business information, I'm just going to leave how it's set up. Oh, I changed the picture, and then I'll go ahead and create. We finished step number 2. Now we're going to move on to step number 3. So we see here, step number 3 is replace a heading placeholder with pet foster homes needed. So I'm going to type that in. You can see it's using the auto fit, changing it to how it fits best. Pet foster homes needed. And then what it says here for step number 4, I need to drag the bottom border of the heading frame up, making the frame shorter so that the text occupies only 2 lines as shown in illustration A. So if you need to turn to page 46 to take a look at it, go ahead. But basically, I'm grabbing this bottom selection handle. Remember, it's called a selection handle. And I'm scrolling up, making it move up so it fills only 2 lines. So you can see there, it kind of fits it better. Looks more of what is on my illustration A. And then also for the step, I'm going to move on to step number 5. It says resize the message frame as shown in illustration A and type the text shown there. So if you look at illustration A again on page 46, you can see basically just making me pull it up higher, and then I need to type it in. Now for maximum impact, it says use 2 or 3 sentences. Well, you're going to be typing a good amount, which actually is only 3 sentences. So I'm going to go ahead and type in that information. So there are a lot of different pets at the shelter, and we're looking to help them find permanent homes. No. I know you guys are super fast at typing, so you're probably typing even faster than I am, or at least Noah and Esther probably are. Again, if you need to pause the video so that way you can complete the steps, don't be afraid to do that. That's the whole point of doing this video, is making it so that you can see what you need to do, but hopefully more at your own rate. So 212, 9191. Great, so I've typed in the information. Now you can see here, there's a little, I have mine set up like this. The illustration shows it a little bit differently. So I can scoot this up a little bit so that way it feels, I'm going to go a little bit more like here. That's about right. Okay, so we just finished step number 5. And then what you need to do is, it says step number 6, delete all existing business information sets on your PC. I want you to ignore that step. So skip over step number 6, move on to step number 7. It says create new business information set called Rescue that contains the following information. So you need to name the set Rescue when you do make it. So I'm going to click File. I'm going to choose Edit Business Information. Now I have exercise number 9 in here because I put it in already. I'm going to delete it. Yes, delete it. You're going to want to create a new set just like this. Remember, the name of it needs to be, as we saw here, Rescue, and then fill in the rest of the information. So individual name, Ray James, job position or title, volunteer, coordinator, if I can type right correctly. Don't forget you can press tab to quickly move from one text box to the next without moving your mouse. For the address, 2077 West 166th Street, Indianapolis, Indiana 46240. Make sure you are glancing up so that way you type in the rest. I'm going to go ahead and select the text here, make it easier for myself for putting it in. So 212-555-9191 for the phone. For fax information, I'm doing 212-555-9089. So that's great. And then last but not least, our email. We need to change that. Oh, well, not last. Change it to rjames@petrescueindy.org. And then, of course, change your motto to loving and caring for companion animals. Alright, I have all my information in that I need to. Remember, don't forget to pause if you need extra time here, so that way you can see it. And then once you're done with that information, go ahead and click the Save button for that. Now I can see there's my new business information, and I'm going to choose Update Publication. Once I press back, it'll have that information there. And then what it says I need to do for step number 8, we're on step 8 now, at the bottom of the page, insert a new text box and insert the organization name, address, phone, fax, email information from the business information set you create in step number 7. Now, here's what you're going to want to do, though. I would zoom in closer to the bottom, and then also, when you make the text box, you can see in the illustration B, it's a very skinny line, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to go and make my text box this big. It's going to make it easier for me. I'm going to make the text bigger, too, as well. So we'll start with 14, see how it looks. I'll eventually switch it to auto fit. And then, let's see here. Well, let's do auto fit right now. Best fit. And then I'm going to go and choose insert and business information. So insert tab, business information to add in the information you just created. So I click on that. It says here I need organization name. So I'm going to choose Pet Rescue. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click next to it, press space. This is going to save you time later. I'll show you what I mean. And then I'm going to select the address. Remember, I'm clicking next to it, press space. This will save you time. And then I'm going to choose phone, fax, email. So right down here again, business information, phone, fax, email. And it puts all that in there for me. Really great. Now you'll notice here what it says is that what you need to do is get rid of our line breaks. So for step number 9, delete any line breaks. So all the information is on one line. Delete the fax information and separate the pieces of information with a round circle from the symbol font as in illustration B. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take this from the bottom because it's set to auto fit, and I'm going to scroll, take it, move it up here so that way it forces it to be tiny. And then I'm going to click on it, get my insertion point where it needs to go. There we go, zoom in here, and press backspace so it all goes on one line. And that's what they're basically saying, is all the information should go on one line. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to scoot this up a little bit. Now you notice it's kind of cramped and it's way too big for the page. Well, reason being is that for the next step, as part of the next thing, we need to get rid of the fax information. Yeah. So I'll take my mouse, select the fax information, and delete. Now there's a little bit more space here. When you look in the illustration, you can see it doesn't, it's not in the illustration, but what I want you to do is make it so that it goes to the edges of the color right here. So it lines up with the colors like this. And then I'm going to scroll it up. There we go. And it looks good just like that. And I'm going to move it down just a little bit so it's past this line. And there you go. You've just finished that. It says here for step number 10, check the spelling for the entire publication. So hit F7. Publisher's finished checking the story. Do you want to check the rest? Yes, I do. And of course, it's good to go. Because I typed it correctly. Then zoom out to whole page view. Well, I could use the zoom tool or click the view button, click whole page over here in the zoom section. And now I'm able to see my whole finished product. So I need to save my work. Make sure you don't forget to do that. Choose File, Save As. With the publisher exercises, you usually want to avoid this one when you save it because, of course, it saves it wherever the file originally was. So File, Save As. Make sure you're choosing to save in the right folder. So I'm going to choose Browse. Now my folder, I went and I tucked it. This is on my laptop's actual hard drive. So I have it. It's a folder within my Publisher Data Files folder. You can see here, Mr. Rogers Publisher EX, and I'm going to save it with the name E09 Foster, and then of course underscore. Oh, make sure I'm spelling this right. Forster. Wow, Foster, and then my initials here. And of course, make sure you're saving the right folder. You want to browse and look for it. So if you still need help with it, definitely ask. Hopefully this video kind of helps it. And then of course, save the file. And then whatever you need to do, if I'm having you submit it by your flash drive today, then make sure you bring on up the flash drive. If you need to complete another exercise, do that as well. Find the web link and watch it. But this is again the video on how to complete exercise number 5. So hopefully this works well. It was a good resource for you, and hopefully it was nice and clear.